Hey, thanks for tuning in to Celebrity Fan Stand. Today I have your podcast report, and we got some good stories for you. Podcast top list, and we have a YouTuber with 17 million subscribers that tried to escape the cops.
Awkward.
Many months of going to jail. Okay, you don't have no weapons, anything on you? Okay, cool.
All right, that would be Patrick Julianelle, aka Pat, aka Popular MMOs on YouTube. He's mostly focused on Minecraft on his channel. Now, he stopped uploading in about 2023. He was found sleeping on the sidewalk, and this is all on Bodycam. There's a whole video, and this is what happened.
You won't believe who it is, Sarge. Who is it? It's the YouTube boy. He's the one who ran through the gate again. The Jaguar game again.
Multiple people were calling it in. Their person might be dead. And the person doesn't even live here.
Yeah, I know.
You want to sit inside the car, it's nice and warm.
I just don't want to go to jail.
At the moment, he isn't under arrest or being detained. However, the situation quickly changes when officers look inside his backpack.
I'll get your glove up before I start touching weed and a ton of Fireball. Only it's messed up. Bruh. That's why I asked. I knew. He spelled his own last name wrong. I didn't know that was Commissioner. Okay.
The officers read his Miranda rights before attempting to question him about the items found in his backpack.
So obviously this was a very popular YouTuber just a couple years ago. He had a huge following, over 17 million subscribers on his channel, but he's had a lot of run-ins with the cops. This isn't his first run-in. I'll let you know that in the end, they dropped those charges. They gave him some fines and some probation and things like that, and everything was good. Well, okay, until he violated probation. So he kept running into some problems, and he's having a difficult time. So hopefully he will sort all of this out eventually, because his fans are still there waiting for him to drop some more videos. He's got a loyal following, so hopefully he'll get over that situation and get back on his feet. Before we get into the list, let's get into the news stories. I have an update. Spotify, this is coming from the verge.com. Spotify is adding a following feed for podcast. So if you're on Spotify, this might apply for you. Spotify is adding some new podcast-focused features to its mobile app. In a blog post, the company acknowledges that finding the latest episodes of podcasts you follow has proved to be challenging. That's in quotes. So the new following feed, quote, gives you a dedicated place to catch all the latest releases from the podcast you follow, all in one easy-to-access feed within your main podcast feed on home, unquote. Man, that is a mouthful. So this is supposed to make exploring new shows and episodes easier and more immersive. So if you're on Spotify, let us know what you think of those new features they have coming. YouTube is showing itself to be a great home for podcasts, as reflected in this report from Press Gazette. Headline: How launching podcast on YouTube has prompted explosive growth for Goalhanger. Founders of the UK's largest independent podcast producer say YouTube has been game-changing. Goalhanger, which produces The Rest is Politics, released their podcast on YouTube to amazing results, both in terms of audience and revenue. They are the largest independent podcast production company. They say that YouTube broadcasting brings an entirely new audience to their podcast. Davenport, who is also speaking at the podcast show, said, okay, and I'm going to quote this, okay? This is One of the things that was holding us back from launching into video was that we thought we don't want to cannibalize our audio audience because that's how we get paid. And apparently by the summer they found out there was no cannibalization between audio and video audiences. All right, so there's no cannibalism in podcasting. I think that is the message here. And let's move on to the next story.
Move on. Move on.
All right, so this is coming off of cracked.com. This is Tom Segura. Country music fans really hate Tom Segura's new comedy series. That's the headline. According to this article, as a country fan, a comedy fan, and maybe even as a Garth Brooks fan, you were hoping this could result in some fun laughs. Trigger wrote in his negative review, so already you know this is going to be bad. But, of course, he did not like it. Bad Thoughts doesn't deliver, is what he said. And forget the tie-in to the country music universe and Garth Brooks. The series is made up of 6 episodes that are around 20 minutes long. And it's a sketch show. I think Trigger had a lot of issues with how crass it was on some of the episodes with the human excrement. So it was a pretty explicit as far as he was concerned, as far as Trigger was concerned. I think the best part is the fans' response in the comment sections with their country themed digs. Said, I'd rather listen to the new Morgan Wallen album than watch this trash. That was like the top comment. It looks like it's been renewed for a second season based on the IMDb, because usually if it's just one season, they just put the 1 year. If it's going to continue, it's just a dash. There's nothing following, and that's what it shows, and that's what he said on the show. So let's see what happens for the next season. Let's cover some top 5 lists real quick.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay, these are some amazing numbers, by the way, for this one. The top 10 YouTube channels. Number 1 is Mr. Beast with 398 million subscribers. 2 is T-Series with 295 million. 3 is Coco Melon Nursery Rhymes with 193 million. 4 is Set India with 184 million. 5 is Vlad and Nikki with 140 mil. If you check out your top 5 most followed streamers, this is as of May of this year. On Twitch, number 1 is Ninja. Number 2 is Kai Cenat, who just presented at the American Music Awards. Number 3 is eBay. That's a Spanish streamer. I hope I pronounced it right. It's a Spanish streamer, content creator, particularly known for his League of Legends streams. Number 4 is Aaron Play. That's another Spanish streamer and YouTuber of comedy and games. And number 5 is Rubius, a Spanish-Norwegian creator who gained popularity on YouTube and then transitioned over to Switch. Yeah, but what about the podcast? Okay, the podcast. How about Spotify, your top 5? The Joe Rogan Experience, number 1, still hanging in there. Number 2 is Rotten Mango Video, or Rotten Mango. Number 3, we have Andrew Schultz Flagrant. Number 3. Number 4 on Spotify is This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn. Number 5, coming in at number 5 is Something Scary. So those are your top 5 on Spotify at this moment. So we got one more list. But Spotify is not the only game in town. You're talking about Apple. How about their top 5? What do they got going on? This is US, of course. Number 1, the Mel Robbins podcast. Oh, number 2 is Good Hang with Amy Poehler. Number 3, Joe Rogan Experience, coming at number 3 on Apple. Number 4, Deep Cover. And at number 5, Call Her Daddy. And those are your top 5 streamers, podcasters, and YouTubers as of this recording. That's going to do it for this episode of Celebrity Fan Stand. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, hit that subscribe button, help us grow, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of the show. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.
So smash that subscribe button